Good morning. So, my husband has asked me to do a video following on from his video that he did yesterday, which was about his ADHD. First of all, I'm incredibly proud of him for doing that because it's not something that he's kind of openly said like that, and I think he puts someone in a very vulnerable position, which that's not a weakness, it's a strength. So I'm incredibly proud of him for doing that. He's asked me to do a video based on kind of my side of it, so how that's affected me kind of thing. So I've asked him to be here because I don't want to talk about behind his back, so that's why he's sitting next to me while I'm doing this. So yeah, I've been with a partner for a long time. So he's 23 when we got together. I'm 37 now, so it's an incredibly long time, and I've known from the get-go that there were differences. The decision making, things that happen. I've known there were differences. I just couldn't put my finger on what it was that was kind of causing these differences. So I'm just going to give it a few examples of some of the traits that have kind of carried through our relationship. And first one is kind of hyper focus. Once my partner here gets kind of focused on something, or there's a new kind of a shiny thing, and like, wow, look at this, he will kind of, that's it. There's no me there's no kids, there's no work, there's everything, nothing else matters apart from this kind of thing, this new focus he's got. So that's very difficult because I'm left kind of holding the fort down while he's distracted with this new thing that he's kind of found. The next thing is sensitivity to perceived criticism, and that an example from that is going back to the hyper focus. Say for example, I came to him and I said, you know, you've forgot to do this, or you know, I'm still here, you know, I need attention to. That would cause a kind of, he'd see that as an attack on his character, and things can quite escalate from that, where yeah, he's perceiving it as attack. We can get into an argument and tensions rise. So I've ended up over the years because not speaking up, because I don't want to cause that kind of tension between us. I don't want to get to that point. So I've ended up kind of not speaking up on things where I felt I needed to, but I haven't spoke about it. Another thing which he mentioned yesterday is jumping from thing to thing to thing, and that can be jobs, it can be people, it can be hobbies. Literally, he'll initially have this kind of buzz for it, and then I can know now when it will go, and I know it will always go. It's just when it will go, and then you'll find something new to kind of jump to. That's extremely difficult because somebody has to make sure that the kids are okay. Someone's got to make sure the house is okay. Someone's got to make sure the business is running, and I've had to be that person that's making sure that kind of everything is running and everything is kind of, everyone's okay. I've kind of had to be the stable one, the still one, while my partner here kind of, you know, I call him the Tasmanian devil, the way his head works like that. That's been difficult because I feel a lot of pressure. I feel stressed. I feel like my needs are not met. I feel like who's thinking about me while I'm carrying all this kind of thing. And actually it got to a point where I'd say I got myself into a bad state in mental health in respect to feeling incredibly down, lonely, just because I was holding it all together. So this was, I mean, we hit a kind of head point last year where I thought, oh, I can't do this anymore. Like, there's no kind of change. There's no trying to get help for something. But when I kind of dug into it deeper, ADHD popped up, and I kind of said, you know, you need to kind of look into this. You do all these things, and he did. He went and got, you know, done the questionnaire with the doctor, and like, yeah, you're kind of scoring pretty high on all these things, but it wasn't as simple as you've got ADHD. Okay, now what do we do? It was kind of, and typical of my partner here is that he can jump from opinions to opinions. So one day he'll say I've got it and okay, I need to get help, and the next day he's like, no, I'm fine, I can deal with it. Like, I haven't got ADHD. Everyone's like this. So we knew it was there, and I knew it was there, and we've got diagnosed. The doctor's saying you've got it, but there wasn't really an acceptance for it. So the same traits that kind of plagued the relationship for the whole, you know, 13 years, they carried on until, I mean, we had a separation last year, and, you know, I think that it showed him without me being there. I think it highlighted actually the patterns are still there without me kind of being around. And, you know, and I think you know, he mentioned yesterday about certain actions are getting a bit more kind of stronger, or, you know, what is the word, stronger? Erratic decisions, and are becoming more and more without me being around. And, you know, we've come back together now, and hence why I'm incredibly proud of him for actually like saying that yesterday, because it's the first time I've really kind of, I think the acceptance is there now, which means that actually we can move forward with progress and support with his ADHD. And ADHD is not it's not a bad thing when it's channeled in the right way and it's managed, because once, if he's focused on the right thing, amazing, like, you can do some incredible things once it's focused on the right thing. However, it's when it's on the wrong thing, or it's channeled in the wrong way, this is where it can start to affect the people around them, which in our household it's obviously myself and our kids, and there's other people around us as well that it affects. So yeah, I think now is the kind of looking at patterns, looking at how we kind of manage patterns and working with it, as opposed to kind of denying it and not working together. Our kind of next steps is to kind of work together and work through it. I'm completely dedicated to my husband, and it's difficult, but you don't quit on someone who you love, and that's not going to happen. So we'll work through it. It'll be difficult, we'll work through it. And yeah, I hope with him talking so openly yesterday that it helps other people also, because yeah, whilst it's not a weakness and it's not kind of a really bad thing, it can, it can cause strains on relationships, it can break relationships, it can mess up your work life, it can be so damaging. And last thing I'll say is, sometimes I see people talk about ADHD so like flippantly, like, oh, because I can't concentrate on one task, or that's ADHD. Like, I don't know if there's different spectrums of ADHD, but for us it's been incredibly difficult on like multi levels for this. So yeah, it's not something that that's just kind of easily kind of as simple as I can't concentrate on one thing, that's it. But yeah, I say it's just a quick video, it's not a quick video, 7 minutes long now, but that was just my take on it.